Hello friends and welcome to bspsolutions.com. My name is Amit and today I am going to show you how to generate user audit report using EPM Automate utility, which comes along with high-PM planning and budgeting cloud service. So what is user audit report? First let's see this, and I show you a sample user audit report. As the name indicates, it generates a user audit report, which is CSV file and stored in a default location of your cloud server, which you can subsequently download and access. And this report contains information about who logged in, the timestamp, and the IP address. So probably you like to find out who are the different users log into your server and what kind of activity they are doing to perform. So this report can give you significant information about your system. I have already generated one sample report for the sake of your understanding. So type of report, report generation date, and all the user login to your server, you can see there the login ID and the IP address and a timestamp. So let's get started. How to generate this report? It would be done in 6 steps. So step first, as often you log into your server, but when I log into the server, you see EPM Automate has login, username and password and the URL and domain detail. So I don't want to expose my uh, username, and therefore I like to encrypt the user. But before you doing this, you make sure you already configure EPM Audit, EPM Automate. So EPM Automate you can download from here from your server and install EPM Automate for Windows and Linux, depends upon your underlying operating system. When you download it, basically goes to download folder and you just double click and install it. The installation is fairly simple, and the default location where it gets installed under Oracle EPM Automate, and there's a automate EPM automate.bat. This is batch file. So once it is done, you can log into this folder, and the first step I'm going to do it, I'm going to automate encrypt my username and password, only password, encrypt my password. So in order to encrypt your password, as you see in this example, EPM Automate, you run encrypt first argument, the password which you want to encrypt, and which file you want to store your encrypted password. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, and I just change the arguments. So my first argument is a password. This is a dummy password, and I would like to store all this password under my folder. I already created one folder called Hyperion EPM Automate. I delete the existing password and render the new one. So I just change the path. The extension is EPW. So EPM Automate encrypt your password and my key and path where you like to encrypt your password. PBCS password.epw, and you see the encrypted password file has been created, which you can check. This is your password in encrypted format. Step 1 is done. Now let's see the second step. Okay, so the second step is EPM Automate. You log into your cloud server. EPM Automate login username and password. Password is a file which we just now used to encrypt our password, and your URL and your domain, right? So I already copied it, but I can't show you my credentials, so therefore I'm going to pause it. I'll show you only the output. I just show you an example how do you log in it. Probably when I run this, I get an error message because my username and domain are incorrect, so that I will pass my credentials. So this message you get it once you define your username and password, login successfully. And as I shown you, first name is your EPM Automate login, username, password file where your password store in encrypted format, your URL and your domain. This is done. The next step, I'm going to render the report. So in order to render report, you write EPM audit, user report, user audit report from and to date. In my case, I like to render for 4 months. 2017 January to April. Name of your audit file .csv. So render this report. Make sure the file does not exist already. If it exists already, it will throw up an error message. So as in my case, I'm trying to render this file and the file is already exists. I ran this command just a few minutes before, and therefore I cannot have two files with the same name. So I would prefer to delete this file. EPM automate delete file and the file name my audit report.csv. Then I rerun this. Okay. Then I rerun this report and the report gets stored into my cloud server. The report rendered. Then I need to download this report into my local system. Before I download, I like to look at the list of the report. So EPM automate list files. There you can see your file as well, which you just now rendered. This is your file EPM audit report.csv. And finally you download into your local system, which store in your from your server, cloud server. So EPM automate download and name of your file. And the default location goes to bin folder. So see, this file gets downloaded successfully. You go to your bin folder, C drive, Oracle, EPM automate and bin. You see the timestamp, this is my file. And then look at the timestamp is latest timestamp. And finally your audit file look like this way. So in this example I shown you how to create interactive method of rendering user audit report. In next example I show you how to automate the whole process, so without human intervention you can render user audit report periodically or on demand, schedule and on demand. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching the video. Should you have any question, please feel free to write to us or visit our site bispsolutions.com.